Today we're going to go through how to fix the DMARC record not found error. This is one of the most common DMARC warnings, and luckily it is usually pretty straightforward. When a checker says that DMARC record isn't found, this just means that it looked for a DMARC record on your domain and couldn't find one. Specifically, it is looking at this. So if your domain is example.com, the checker is looking for a text record at this domain. And if nothing valid is there, you get a DMARC record not found warning. Now, this does not necessarily mean that your email is broken. You might still be sending and receiving emails normally. What it means is that your domain is not publishing a DMARC policy, so that receiving mail servers do not have clear instructions for what to do when someone sends email pretending to be you. So to fix this, just go to wherever your DNS is managed. That might be Cloudflare, GoDaddy, Namecheap, your web host, or whoever manages your domain. And all you're going to need to do is add a new text record for that name or host field. Enter _DMARC. Some DNS providers want the full version, which would be _DMARC.yourdomain.com, but most of the time just having that subdomain is correct. And if you enter the full domain, your DNS provider adds the domain again automatically. You can accidentally create _DMARC.yourdomain.com.yourdomain.com, which won't work. So just double check that. So for the value, start with something simple like this on the screen and swap in your actual reporting email address. That v equals DMARC 1 part just tells mail server that this is your DMARC record. The p equals none part means that you're starting in monitoring mode, which just means that nothing gets blocked yet. And that RUA part tells mail servers where they should send your DMARC reports. Once you save that record, give DNS a little time to update. It shows up in a few minutes. Sometimes it can take longer depending on your DNS provider. And if you want to check whether your DMARC record is showing up correctly, Suped has a free DMARC checker linked in the description below. If the warning still does not go away, check these common mistakes. First, make sure that it's a text record, not a CNAME or MX record. Second, make sure that the name is correct. It should be _DMARC, not just DMARC, and not just your root domain. And third, make sure that the value starts with v equals DMARC 1. Fourth, make sure that you are editing DNS in the right place. If your domain's name servers point to Cloudflare, but you added the record in GoDaddy, for example, this won't work because DMARC is not your active DNS provider. Once the record is live, that DMARC record not found error should be fixed. But really, this is just the first step. Starting with p equals none lets you collect those reports and see who is sending email from your domain. Those reports will come back as raw XML files, which are not really fun to read manually. And that's where a DMARC platform like Suped comes in. Suped turns those DMARC reports into a clean dashboard so you can see which emails are actually passing and delivering, which ones are failing, and whether anyone suspicious is trying to spoof your email domain. So once everything legitimate is passing, you can move from p equals none to quarantine and eventually to reject for full protection. And we've got a full video on this in the description below. So the short version is, if you see DMARC record not found, add a text record at your domain, start with none, make sure the syntax is correct, and check that you are editing the right DNS provider. Hope this was useful. If it was, press the subscribe button and give the video a like, and we'll see you in the next video.